yourself out here, yeah?
The Chronicals DVD, yeah?
Okay.
Quickly.
Know yourself, blood! Know yourself!
Know it.
Know your fucking self. Bam! Your fucking self, nigga.
A syndrome that the UK urban scene has suffered in the past 15 years is artists using American accents. Many argue that there were no UK artists to be influenced by or to look up to when they were starting out, as the music was born in America. But was this a valid excuse then, and is it now with more and more successful artists now coming out of the UK scene? Is there ever an excuse for UK artists using American accents?
UK Yankee flows are not syllables, so we keep it UK real, that's credible.
All the states, I forgot you. Fuck the states, you know. Fuck the states, you know, blood. New York, we tell them about them bomber clocks. You see what I'm trying to say? Fuck New York, blood. Them man they been biting our shit from time, blood. You see what I'm trying to say? It's not about just running states, you know. You get me? Fuck that. Like them man they just like me and you, blood. You see what I'm trying to say? Them man are just like me and you, but they're just doing things differently. So we're just doing our thing. If it goes there, when it goes there, it goes there. When I go there, I'm gonna show them anyway. You see what I'm trying to say? It's nothing, man. Fuck the states anyway.
No, listen to me. I'm saying, yes, I spit. My name's Skepta. I live in London, yeah? And here's my bar. I walk down the road and then look, man are laughing at me. Man are laughing at me. At the end of the day, yeah, I can't change into someone else, into some guy, yeah, when I start spitting at the end of the day, because it's not me at the end of the day. I don't know how these people spit, say like to their mum, look at me on TV. That mum say like, why are you speaking like that?
I said when we go America on holiday.
Yeah, that's what, like, it's all long, man, at the end of the day, man. What people need to realise, yeah, to start being proud of being English, man. We're a better country. We ain't got all the madness happening over there. There's so much gays and batty, man, and all them kind of funkiness happening over there. Man, I want to run away from here and start living over there. No, man, England, bruv. Rep England, bruv. It's the best country you'll ever be in, bruv.
It's like England's got the garden and America's got their back garden, yeah? And everyone's looking at America's back garden like, oh, it's such a lovely back garden, look at all the flowers. And our one's just overgrown with weeds and everything. No one's tending to our garden, yeah?
Well, I remember back in the day going to Westwood, like going to Westwood raves, and then it was all about who can sound the most Yanks and pull it off the best, basically. Like you had Mango and like my friend, close friend Messiah. He spat that way, you get me? He Yanks. He was hot, but he's Yanks, and you come here now, it's not running. Because I'm born in Britain, I'm Nigerian blood. Fuck it, you get me? That's real. I'm Nigerian, and that's what I spit about. I even spit about Nigeria in my lyrics. I ain't gonna say, y'all, chance best.
Even if you got your own accent, like, because some people come from the other countries, innit, and stay here and live in London, because London's got so much different colours. Even if you talk with your own accent, like, you know what I mean? A little Indian or a little whatever, African even, you know what I mean? Whatever accent you got and it's yours, safe, get me, do it. Chat in your accent, bro.
I'm not into the old argument thing again. I'll give it up to yes, guys. So go on and do what you want to do. Anything you want to do, go on and do that. But for me, it just seems stupid, you know, and I'll take that from being in America. As before we ever put out a record as London Posse, we was in America, rapping with the American youth there, with our fake American accents, because I had one. When I started rapping, I had one. It don't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And then as soon as I stopped rapping in my fake American accent and say, all right, well, I'm off down Roll by a Patty now. All right, darling, that's what they love. I think if you're a fraud, if you're faking something, you're only ever faking it. No matter how well you do it, it's still only just a copy. If you're bringing you to the table, something uniquely you, no one else can't do that. What you bring is no one else can't do that better than you.
Stop it! That's what my flipping persona and the whole outlook on this English act, yeah? Spitting with this American accent, behave yourself and stop it. That's what I'll say, yeah? Don't have to start calling people's names, but I'm sure you know who you
Call them!
Like,
no.
Wait, I'm not gonna call them. I'm not here to really call. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, FX is trying it, but I'm not here to call names, but they know who they are and it like, stop it.
You're English and you're rapping with an American accent, look at yourself, splash some cold water on your face, get someone to slap you and stop doing it, because you're not American.
It's like the cliche saying, if you're coming telling people about what life's like over here, why the fuck have you got an American accent?
I just reckon that it doesn't make sense you being, even to the point, you know, dressing up as being a British artist and looking American. I just don't think it makes sense, simply because you're losing your whole identity.
Everyone's influenced by America, everyone. from the clothes that we're wearing, from everything. Everyone's influenced by. So, and a lot of the other things that we say are influenced by America, blood and colours and all that stuff. That's not English. That's not English talk. You know what I mean? And Jamaica, the same way Jamaica. A lot of us are influenced by Jamaica. So, it's anything really.
What language do the Americans speak?
Don't know, you tell me.
The Americans speak English just like we speak English.
It's all about the slurs and the twangs, the slang words.
Yes, my friends from Newcastle can't understand my friends from Wales.
They're the boss and all them people, good luck to them, but if you're American and you hear them people, you're gonna think, why don't you listen to them like it's some old native people? It's like one of them trying to sound British. You're gonna think you're taking a piss.
English kids rapping American, now that's bullshit. I said it right there and then, like, we're not American, bro. We're not American. Like, I can't stress it anymore. Americans, if they started rapping garage, I'm sure they wouldn't be like, yo, blood, what are you saying? Wagwan. Redman did a jungle song. Did he do it in a British accent? No, he didn't. That's our music. Like, I think one of our major problems is that we're on America's dick so much, and America's music that they're making right now is shit. I'll say that straight face, is crap. And we're on that dick when we're making better music than them. It doesn't make no sense.
Oh, I just don't care about why are you speaking American? You were born here. Why are you gonna speak American for what? What? And what makes you different from them? You go over there and chat shit and say, oh, all your American bullshit. Why are they gonna care about you? What? Why are you different? You get me? They're not gonna give a shit. So just be yourself, innit?
It's terrible. It's disgusting. I think it's totally stupid. I think, how are we gonna set a trend for ourselves? Or basically, in my opinion, if you go over to America, they know how English people speak because they're not stupid. It's like Redman that not too long ago, I heard on one of the Smack DVDs, he's got an English sample on the beginning of his tune, basically talking about tea and biscuits and the rest of it. They know how English people sound, so there's no point saying y'all and baby and all of that because it doesn't make no sense. You're from England. We're not gonna break the market by being the same as America because America have got it locked in their own way, basically. That's how they speak.
I just don't feel it, and I won't go buy your stuff. Don't attract me, man. I'm not gonna buy someone that's just fake. That's anything.
Because you are growing up and brought up on TV, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, Power Rangers. Everyone in there's like, oh look, man, all these accents and stuff. You're all little kid acting it out. But we're not little kids no more. We can be little kids, that's what they are, the little kids acting out the American style, like what we used to do when we were little and buy the Power Ranger suit and the helmet and go out with our sword. Yeah, that's what they're doing now. They're going on TV going, my whips and my chains, man. They're being a kid acting out the American lifestyle, then they'll go home to their mom and start talking in their accent. They should feel, I don't know why they should, I don't even talk to them.
It should come down to the same thing. If you go and talk to your mum like that, rap like that.
Exactly.
And the
other thing is it depends where you rep. Do people talk like that in the part of London that you're shouting out on your records? You know what I'm saying?
But do you know what the thing is?
Is there a part of Hackney where everyone has an American accent?
It's just influence, innit? It's the same way that all singers sing in an American accent. I personally don't choose to do it because it doesn't feel natural to me, even though I'm half American. It doesn't feel natural to me to speak in the accent, but if it feels natural to someone else, then I can't say anything about it.
For me, the whole using accents thing is like, I think growing up, especially like being a child of the 80s, when you're like, growing up in the 80s, when you were like me, everyone wanted to be American. You always talked American when you were acting or dancing or singing. Even when I sing in R&B, sometimes has a little bit of a twang in it. And I think that's the same with hip hop. It's an American music. It was, formed in the streets of New York or wherever. And so I think for a while, it's sort of taken a while for people from here to rhyme and actually truly come across in their own and say what they really mean. So I can understand when MCs try and do the American accent thing, but I don't think it really works because hip hop is about being real and being true to yourself. So you do have to speak as yourself on a record, I think, when you're British. But I can understand the sort of pantomime of doing the American accent, but for me it doesn't quite work.
That's not gangster.
Big up Sincere, innit?
Nah, that's no good, man. I don't think that's good. I'm not feeling it. I don't know. It's like, but sometimes I think at the same time, like when people sing, they sing American, innit? Like when people, it's just they've been listening to that so much that they feel when they do it, they've got to do it like that. But I don't think so, man. I think I just MC how I speak and I use the slang that I use when I speak, I don't really think it's gonna work in America if you put on their accent. I think they're more likely to say he's trying to be us and he's a wannabe, and that. I think they like someone that's more original and someone that they're not used to.
I don't understand why I hear an American tune over here, man. I don't get it. I don't get why I'll turn on I've been in the car before with my brethren, yeah? We turn on all these stations, all I can hear is American music. I'm turning over like the whole from the dial from 80s, from all 87, you know, to all the way to 108. I'm hearing America. Why? Yo, if you go America, you won't even hear one English tune. Why are we still doing this? Like, I don't know when the day will become where we were gonna abolish American music altogether and we'd only have, instead of Ashanti on some fucking TV UK, we'll have, I don't know, you know? like where are we, man? This is our country, man.
It's upsetting, bro.
It gets on my nerves, you know what I'm trying to say, but I hear American music all the time, and if I went to America, I wouldn't hear no English music. So I stick to my own thing. Kind of day, if an American man was standing out there right now, you can't come up with that bad man thing where what they portray on the TV, blood. Man, are real over here, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm gonna let American man know, yeah, that when you spit, make sure you stay over American spit. Don't come over here and try and spit, because man will give you a little grime bar that you could never. You can't even match this bar what the grind man is spitting. You know what I'm trying to say? But I ain't feeling all that American.
In the UK now, I think sometimes people are too nationalistic. They want to say, UK rap, it's all about UK hip hop. I don't listen to American hip hop. That's some foolishness. The majority of the hip hop in my house is American hip hop. The greatest hip hop in the world is American hip hop. And I like hip hop music. I don't really care where it comes from. Just make it good. So all this nationalistic UK, knock that on the head. Just make it good. Make good music and I support it. If it ain't good, I don't care where it comes from. It just ain't good. I think fraudulence is just fraud. I'm saying when you come, bring you. You know, don't be Mr. Cockney man. Don't be Mr. Ragger man or Mr. Gangster man. Do you. If you're a gangster, do that. If you're Cockney, do that. But you know, do it for real. Don't fake it.
I don't really watch it. Before I used to be a bit more, oh man. But everyone does, everyone can do what they want to do, you get me, and it's not affecting me. And I'm a big man in this, and at the bottom line, everyone's just trying to make music and make money in it and trying to live. So to me, it's better that they do that than they go out there and kill someone and rob for something, you get me? It's only music. But on an integrity, artistic level, I don't feel it. And I don't think most of the youths who are growing up in, you know what I mean, the next generation coming up, I don't think they're feeling it.
I don't know, that's air. It's air, just spreads them, I think. I don't think I'll do it. I think that just makes Americans just like there's no thing like UK. What's the point of being UK? If you talk to USA, you might as well move there. Go to USA and move there if you talk it.
Yeah, all that American thing, me personally, I don't feel the American thing in it, but people can get away with sounding American and doing it good. And there are certain men that can do that. More time, if someone's coming with an American accent, whose accent are they trying to copy then? You get me? They're trying to copy someone then, because why they're sounding like that, you get what I'm saying? Sound like how you talk on normal road and that's how you should spit though.
Well, I don't friggin' like it really and truly, to tell you the truth. But at the end of the day, it's what we do in the UK that counts. And that is something that is an aspect of what we do in the UK. Do you know what I mean? There's no point denying it. For a long period of time, it was going on good with that kind of side, and it was kind of acceptable, although people weren't feeling it. It didn't really go on like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's been happening from back in the day, and I'm sure it's going to happen into the future. I don't really feel it, but at the end of the day, this is about representing for what we do in all its aspects. You know what I mean? It's not even really about the music, blood. It's about what we do, because it's what we do. Do you know what I mean? It's about ourselves, and we have to learn to love ourselves. If we don't love ourselves, no one's going to really love us. Do you know what I mean? So that's all long. So regardless of how it sounds, let's just support, expose what's there, because that can only lead to the greater good of the music, really and truly. Bollocks to that, because if you live in London, like if you live, okay, boom. If you live in London and this is where you've been brought up, like, unless you got next door, like 3 next door neighbors that are American and you hang around them all your life, you shouldn't be talking American. Like, when you go there and you stay there for 10 years maybe and you come back, then safe, I would say yeah, safe. But when you come, like, you're just listening to other music, like how can you be talking American when you go home and you're not saying yo nigga man, yo moms or yo papa, you're not talking like that, bruv. Keep it British, innit? Just keep it British, man. That's the realness of it.
No American man could ever come and try and spit next to Jamie, blood. I swear he would not be happy that day. Can't spit next to me on the mic.
They haven't conquered the style of flowing English yet.
where, you know, this whole English MC thing is like taken over and it's converted over to rap. So it's like, boy, the youth them just speaking how they are on road, normal. Where, you know, some of the, I should say some of the old school rappers were from back in the day have just like kind of like just carried on doing what the Americans are doing and like, you know, spitting in their kind of slang, which is not really what we can relate to.
Some people just play it now, do it, and they're fakes, original.
Some of these people, yeah, that spit an American accent, think that they don't spit an American accent. I've heard them say, I don't spit an American accent, but like, I don't know if they're not hearing back to what they're just laid down and stuff, but boy, man, like, to me it sounds American, innit, and it's not really working for me, but I'm all for UK, man, that's what I'm about. UK.
Boy, that's definitely weak, mate. I don't even care how heavy they're spitting, yeah? They can be spitting the best bars, best rhyming, yeah? From time that accent sounding American off, the man's from the ends. No ratings, bro. It's not real, bro. Get me? Listening to too many tapes and CDs. Get me? Trying to make your voice sound like one of them. That's what it's all about. So I'm saying, man, stick to your roots, man. Use your normal voice. You must be spitting American when you're talking normal.
Fix up. And the worst thing is, yeah, it's bad. There's certain man I know, like personally, and they spit with an American flow. I tell them, you get me, but they do it, you feel me? But it's long, bro. You know, like you're talking like this and the teacher's like, yeah, dog, you get me? You get me?
You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, some of them, you get them people that will use it heavy. They'll make it sound bad, but it's just like, when you just hear them talk English afterwards, it's like...
Takes it away.
It's not serious again, you get me?
Don't take them serious again. Like.
Just because hip-hop's American doesn't mean you need to try and sound American. What you need to do is be original and sound like yourself. Be you. Gotta know yourself out here.
Would you collabo with a UK artist that uses an American accent, even if you were shit hot?
But he could never be shit hot, because he's English with an American accent. I don't know, I can't take back my talk. If someone came to me and was like, yo, this is why I rap American, but look at my bars, bam. I might do it, I don't know. I'd have to see what the situation was and what the justification was for it, but I couldn't see me being on a song with an English kid with an American accent.
It depends how good he was. If he was better than Cam or better than Santana, I'll say fuck it, he's hot. Because look, people rap like yardies, innit? MC, they start going in the yard thing, like, you're gonna take them off every grand record or something, you get me? And a lot of the big hits I had, man, acting like they're fresh out of Kingston and they're fucking living and eating fucking fish and chips for breakfast, saying, alright mate, that's how they talking, alright mate. Then they're going in the bar and they're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, same thing, isn't it?
I believe music is universal. It's something you feel. I don't necessarily believe, because there's a lot of people out here now, I believe, you know, if a man raps with American accent, he's from London or whatever, he's not real. I don't necessarily believe that. I believe if I'm feeling him, and he, you know, if I'm feeling your music, I'm feeling it. I don't feel we have to have an English accent. Do you know what I mean? I believe music is music, because if you didn't know he was English, you still probably bump into it. I believe music is a feeling.
No, if you've got good bars, you cannot bloody spit in an American accent. Behave yourself again. Like, if you've got good bars, just spit in an English accent. You're from the UK, you're from London, you're from wherever, yeah? Spit in a UK accent. Like, there is not American artists that are over there spitting in a UK accent. And if they do, they're taking a piss. Like, they're just messing about in it. But I don't understand why English artists think that they can do this and get away with it and then expect to get a rating, and then when they get hated on, they don't understand why, because you're spitting in an American accent, you're from the UK, spitting a UK accent.
I think that more emphasis should be placed on what people are saying and the way they're saying it, rather than the accents they're doing it in, because, you know, people take influence from American artists all the time. That's what we listen to, that's what a lot of us have grown up listening to. We haven't all grown up listening to UK hip-hop and grime because we're 20 years old and it hasn't been around for that long. Basically, I think that whatever accent that we're spitting in, we're still bringing our own flavour to it, because at the end of the day, this is where we're from. And I can't, just because if I put on an accent like I'm from Brooklyn, people are still going to be able to tell that it's not necessarily an American artist doing it, because of the style, because of the beats I choose, because of the way I flow, because of, you know, the types of hooks that I've got in my songs. It could be anything, but At the same time, they might not be able to.
I think people try and they have an idea of what they think hip hop should sound like, so they try and make a music that sounds like something that's been successful already. Whereas if they were putting more effort into making their own sounding music, they might find a fresh sound that works a bit better. And I think people need to also step their game up a bit more, man. And they need to step outside of rapping over beats that sound like Premier made them 10 years ago, because I think that's a very big problem with UK hip hop. It's not really UK hip hop. Anything that sounds like Premier produced it is UK hip hop. That to me don't really make that much sense, because that's not very UK at all.
Boy, if I looked at my CD collection, I'll say a lot of them are Americans. Not that I have to start sounding like them, but a lot of them are Americans, you get me? If no one knew any different, they would think that's how you have to rap with an American accent, because that's the only thing I know, get me? But with the people around us now, like, and all the MCs, I don't think there's no need to be American. Like, you can like take influences from wherever and keep it UK.
It's okay to spit in however way you're comfortable. Like, I don't watch, man. I'd rather spit like how I speak, because then at a show, I won't sound different than my track. You know what I'm saying? Like, my song will bang in the club, then if I come and perform in that same club, they sound, oh, he sounds just like how you get me? That's things I check for when I go see concerts and all that. Like, if a nigga sound like how you talk, I'm like, oh, he killed it, like how you sound like on a record, so it just sounds ill. It's not about when you hear someone kill it a certain way, then you go to the show and it's like, oh, you just look like him, you don't sound like that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's all. It's not really about sounding American or sounding whatever. It's just staying constant to what you are. It's not about sounding one way on one track and then the other track and then you're just all mixed up, because then you don't have a sound, you don't have an original feel, you get me?
Do what you think can do for you.
yourself, exactly. Man, have to worry about what
If you have to
what's good for
spit in
themselves.
American, that's down to you. That's your own thing. I don't care what you do. All these are English, American, I don't give a shit. Because Americans come over here and make papers and everybody jumps up and go and buys Game albums and go and buy 50 Cent albums.
Yeah, exactly.
So when people start in England, start jumping up and down buying Englishman's albums, then talk up.
There's too many hip hop or so-called hip hop MCs that, you know, you ain't UK hip hop. I can hear the American accent. You know what I'm saying, Bob? Like, you know, that's not the scene I'm trying to appeal to. I'm not trying to do anything for hip hop or rap. The way I see it, I'm not living that world. I'm living a UK garage life, you know. And
if nothing has ever come out of England for you to be influenced and listened to all your life, then who are you going to sound like? People come out sounding like people that they've studied, people that they idolize.
Look how much time you spent over here. Why do you want to master an American voice when you can master your... Think about it. Bruiser as an example. Big example. English all the way. Listen to Sway and Pharrell. What's going on out here with all these American, really and truly? I can't knock SAS and Eurogang, you get me, because I know them boy there. But on the other hand, you get me, I'm doing me, innit? I'm English, innit? Simple as that.
Like, I think if you lived here all your life, this is what you know, innit? So talk about what you know, like gap and all that bullshit, all that rubbish, you know what I mean? We don't say that, man. Get me? We say something else, you know what I mean? We're not even promoting that, though.
I don't like the way some people say, oh, lived out there, blah. That's air. Listen to my voice, listen. I'm as Cockney as it gets, yeah? I was born in Canada, Toronto, tease up. That's where I'm from. Listen to my voice. Do you get what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter where you're from or where you was born, it's where you was raised. It's where you are. That's what you do. So all that American, that's long.
We need to get recognition of the US. We need to stop riding the US the way so many people in the UK do. You know what I'm saying? And we need to have pride in our own talent. And we need to love ourselves and fuck it. Instead of everyone having the US albums that are coming out and whatnot, everyone needs to have this UK album that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? We need to show love to our own before we show love to the Americans.
If you've lived in the States, not like for a month and you're trying to beg it, but if you've actually lived over there for a good couple of years and you did pick up the accent, then, you know, do your thing. But
You have to be there for about 8 years though.
yeah, like a good solid couple years. Don't try and be over there for a year and say you lived in the Bronx and like you have to live over there for a good couple of years.
Well, I've been in South Africa like, as well for a couple of years. You don't hear me with the high-pitched South African accent, man. Keep it London. Do you know what I mean? It's rep where you're from, man. And do you know what I mean? Like, you're just giving mixed messages. People in America will look at you and laugh. Like, they won't take us serious, innit?
Because I wasn't born here. I was born in Jamaica. Okay. I came here when I was 3 and then I went back and get me. But I would say it's mostly UK. I've grown around UK, man. So you get me? So I'm going to keep it real to what I know.
and I'm here, and this is where I am, so I'm gonna spit in the UK accent.
I think even 3 years ain't long enough for me, you get me?
That's it.
Even I'll stay in America for 3 years. If I was to go to America now and then come back in 3 years, I'll still be spitting in the English.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe I might know a little more because I'm seeing more stuff in America.
But because you see, you get me.
Still spitting in the English flow.
And you went to university or whatever, you don't come back with the accent. Keep it British.
Man. You don't come back with no accent. That's long. You can't lose your accent. If you've only been in the country for 3 years, you can't lose your accent. You have to be in the country for at least 10
You might have it,
years.
but the first week or two when you come back on the ends, you might say the sly words, sky on dog. Yeah, me, but.
And that's an accident. That is an accident.
Straight.
Who lived there? Like, do you know what I'm saying? If you sound American,
Not to matter,
and you live out here,
it's hustling out there.
get me?
You know what I mean? That's what we did. Like,
Look,
we was really into it.
I don't understand. Like, I didn't just start sounding English and I thought it was gonna make people like me. Like, it actually gradually turned more English the longer I stayed here. So now you won't really hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna speak on other people, but what I'm saying is that's the reason I can't really relate to people if they've never been there and all that, or they've been there but they never lived there for like a substantial amount of time. And they sound.
And we know if you've been over there, because we be over there, like every hood, every borough.
But essayists, like, they were over there, innit? So, like, they were doing their thing, and now, like, you hear them now, it's coming with that, like, they're sounding like man, them, innit? Like, they were over, I heard that they were over there for, like, years and that, you get me? So, like, it will influence you a bit, innit? Like, if that's what you're around, your surroundings and that. But Iceberg Slim, boy, it's on a joke thing as well, man. I'll talk real with you, man. Seriously, that accent, like, you get me? Like, he's not even nice with it, but like, they say he was one of the first ones, whatever, innit? That's up to him though. But like SAS, they're much nicer than him, man. Let's be honest, man.
Your American accent is a criticism, I take it, but I'm not gonna stop making music. I'm not gonna stop doing what I do to make you feel happy. You've got your own market, because the people that you sell to don't like what I do either. But I don't see no one going in the top 10. That's the issue that I'm talking about. I'm a businessman. I'm trying to make business here. So I appreciate everyone's view, bruv, straight up and down. Criticism comes in every type of format. A guy can't rap, a guy's shit, he's beat with this, the singer weren't tight. I've never ever had any of that criticism, not being big-headed again. All I've been told is that I have an American accent. Find it. If you don't like me, turn off. If you do like me, I love the support and I appreciate everything that people do in supporting your boy, understand? But bar that, bro, there's nothing else I can do. Support the UK music. And I don't mean me. Haters, don't support me. Yeah, I do the Yankee thing, whatever you like. I'm in your face. Everyone else that's out there that wants to help UK music build, that wants to help the whole urban scene out here, you heard me say urban, right? The whole urban scene out here build, then please keep supporting people like myself, people like the artists you see on Channel U, all the UK artists you see that's in the charts like Estelle, Jamelia. I could go on, but it will take too long. You know what I mean? Please support, because if it weren't for people supporting, we would not be here, and they will close our music off. If we don't support our music, sooner or later, it's going to get to a point where it will not be exposed anymore. Record sales are dropping, the music game is changing. Understand the business, understand what you need to do to be in this game, please. And that's all I can say, to be honest, you know what I mean? As I said, haters, if you're out there and you hate me, I can't do nothing else but tell you I love you. You know why? Because I'm a blessed man. And when you're a blessed man, you don't have to hate on people, you understand? You're on your own journey and your own vision. So keep up, doing your thing. One love, this is Iceberg Slim, man. Peace.
Back doing me, back doing G. Actually, I spit crack, booze and B. I guess you could say I still rap food for peace. I sell drugs like I sell dubs. That's the truth, you have to believe. My shit is addictive, I got the whole city addicted. You have to agree, you wanna be big? I'm me really big, I'm the nigga you have to defeat. I got bars, most have to repeat. I pop bras, most have to be sweet. No pop star, I'm glad to be street. And when the cops pass, that's the rocks fast. Zoop, 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 back.
I'm sick as hell, sicker than sickle cell, sick and quick enough to make the bullets in your clip repel. I'll kick you all the way to Neptune, watch you hit Pharrell. I'll dash your head in the toilet and take a piss as well. Now I don't kiss and tell, but before I hit your girl, I might leave your grieving body in a 6-foot pit as well. Cause I'm nanger than any man that's well known in his manner. Scarring your face like Donny Montana, then sewing it back up. I've got a can of Chief Up and MC that's spreading like Gamma. Untouchable like MC Hammer with the heaviest grammar. I'm menace like Dennis, I'm flowing like Guinness. I play you like tennis, sending the ball from London to Venice. So when I take out your teeth, just pretend it's a dentist, cause you have red up on your shirt just like Dennis the Menace. Listen, you're not packing guns, you remind me of Rowan Atkinson, son. Cause off mic you flex like Mr. Bean, so I can tell that you're acting, son. And I know acting's fun, but what about when real gatlings come? Because bullets from gats and guns are not trying to hear that you're acting, son. But now all the acting's done, it's 2000 and real, stop acting dumb. I know real boys that pack real toys that won't pet to leave caps in bums. And dads and mums that pay for the classes you act in, son. But I'm not convinced by your scripts that you're really clapping palms, because my name's G-Day Jaws. Back jack, get back slapped in paws. Blunt like a pencil, sharp like claws. Milk up any MC for the cause. Rude boy, G-Day Jaws, uppercut jaws, kick down doors. Wanna rap, you'll get left with pause. Lyrical sound, get a round of applause.
Yeah, check me. Keep your composure, rep like a soldier, trust no guy, even if he claims say he knows ya. Cause out here man flex like vultures, cobras, niggas don't care. Youngsters rolling olders, this ain't sci-fi, no Scully or Mulder. Realness through the hi-fi, me I reflect the hood where niggas constantly look over their shoulder. Stay true to the street won't disown ya. Street shareholder, I was plotting fiends in my cave-ish dusty rover. But no, never did I see that in my dreams. I ain't a boaster, my niggas a vulgar, done already been hurting up the scene. You might have seen me in a few magazines, nasty making man say bruh. And girls shake their back off in the jeans, skank without being lean. Like they're auditioning for dancehall queen. Make the gun go blow if you know how. Nothing shoddy, it's big bars, so bow now, doggy. Enough, man, I can't feel sorry. You can't be an OG with no peace. To me, that's all dodgy. Top waist, man, and your ends like Robbie. I know I'm cocky, not because I'm stocky or bang like Rocky, but with the strap, I'll be sloppy. You can beg for the fun of it at gunpoint, like, see if you can stop me. Spit fast like Brocky, even that can't stop me. I bag bodies, leave some afros foggy. Turn you and your boys to doppies. Do you copy? On road with my nose snotty. Boy, my dad's offy. Light up him and his posse.
Know yourself out here, rude boy.
Yeah, this is Taz. Know yourself out here. The Chronicles. If you don't know yourself out here, then how you expect people to know you?
Yo, it's all about the Chronicles DVD. People, listen to me keenly. You need to know yourself out here, cause things happen. You heard?